Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. Today's pick a card reading, we are doing the advice you need for your current situation, no matter what situation it is. And of course, keep in mind, this is a general reading, okay? So we're asking Spirit, what is the advice you need for your current situation? Okay, I'm going to try to keep it as open as possible. So all of you are going to be in very different situations. So feel free to apply the advice with regard to whatever your situation might be. Okay, so pile number one, we have resilience, and that is with this Howlite here. So pile one with resilience and the Howlite, the advice you need for your current situation. Pile two, we have Erosion and this Lapis Lazuli. And pile number three, we have Fire and this little cat's eye. I think it's a Jasper. The other side of it is kind of stripy. Okay, that is for pile three. So the advice that you need for your current situation. Now, if you do feel drawn to more than one pile, that is perfectly okay for today's reading. Go with whatever your intuition is telling you. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile one. So those of you that resonated with this resilience card, this is going to be your reading. So I feel just right off the bat with your advice for whatever your situation is, okay? Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it open because all of you could be very different situations, life situations. We have resilience. So I almost feel like for those of you that are having or going through something that is particularly challenging, even though things might look like, how is this going to happen? How is this going to come together? Or when, or how, or if, or all this kind of stuff. Or, you know, if it's a really challenging situation, mentally, taxing, emotionally, painful, no matter what it is, we have resilience here. So it's almost a way of Spirit kind of telling you that you will make it through. Okay, you will get through this. You'll make it past it. You'll be able to overcome whatever this might be. Okay, you are resilient. Okay, and sometimes we forget that. Sometimes when we go through something in life, we forget everything that we've already been through, everything that we've already been able to overcome within our lives, as challenging as they might become. Okay, we lose sight of how we handled something in the past, or when we were at this place, you know, years ago. Okay, so I want to get a little bit more. Let's start with some tarot. What advice, or the advice that you need for your current situation? Let's see. Pile number one, Spirit. What advice do they need for their current situation? What advice do they need for their current situation? I almost feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. We have the Page of Wands. Very similar. Look at this. We've got this page here. And it's kind of like the clouds are opening up here and there's this light, the moon, right? And then here too, at the center of this resilience here, there's this beautiful light source here. Like the clouds parting here. This says the moonscaped messenger. The moonscaped messenger. What is the advice pile number one needs for their current situation? Maybe some of you are waiting for some type of communication or a message or news. I do feel like you are going to be receiving a message if you have been waiting for it. Good news coming in for you. Okay. It might not be easy for you to see how or where it's coming from right now, but some of you will be receiving some good news here. We have the Knight of Cups, so some type of offer coming in. I feel like this is Spirit saying keep yourself open as well. Keep yourself open to opportunities. The Page of Wands can also be about starting down a new path. Okay, maybe some of you are taking a different direction in life or feeling called towards a certain direction. What is the advice you need for your current situation? The Eight of Cups. Some of you might be needing to walk away from something. Let something go. The Eight of Cups is about setting out on a journey of self-discovery. It's also about letting go of vices, of addictions, of moving away from things that are no longer bringing us joy, happiness, fulfillment. Okay, let's see what else is here. What is the advice? The Eight of Cups can also be about detachment or even withdrawal from a person, a situation. Okay. I'm also noticing how, I don't know if this is a panther or a, what, but it's climbing these stairs all the way up to this new doorway that's up there. What is the advice you need for your current situation? The Nine of, wow, okay. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. So you are, or whatever your situation is moving towards your wish fulfillment, towards your desires, towards happiness, satisfaction, even though it might not seem like it right now. It might be hard to see for some of you, okay? Because essentially we're moving away from the Eight of Cups towards the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is here. This is a wish being fulfilled. Something that you've asked for, pile one. And even though the process of getting to that place might look a little grim, or you're just like, how is this going to happen? How is this going to work? What do I do? For some of you, you could be called towards a new direction. There could be a slight change for some of you, redirecting. I'm noticing too in this Knight of Cups card how the wolf is howling. So for some of you, there could be feeling called in a certain direction. Okay. What is the advice you need for your current situation? The Fool. Okay. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Look how this little mouse is just kind of like jumped off the waterfall with his eyes closed, and he's got this little medal around his body. This is about trusting, having faith, believing. You are moving towards your fulfillment here. It might be scary because the Fool energy is about us trusting the unknown, being fearless, okay? Let's see what else. Yes, look at this energy. The Chariot is about willpower, freedom, moving forward, making progress. Okay. Keep going in a way. Wow, you guys, this is powerful energy. We have the Magician here. I feel like your focused intention is needed at this time as well on your success, on a positive outcome, on making it through, again, whatever this is. Yeah, I'm seeing the Ten of Swords at the bottom. So again, I don't know what you guys are going through or what this is, what your situation is. But the Ten of Swords is an ending. And sometimes this can talk about a painful ending. I'm seeing on this card, it says the barren desert. Okay, so I'm seeing this tree that looks like it's just completely bent over, like it's just done. There's a bunch of swords in it. The birds are just like, there's nothing here for them, right? There's no food, there's no water. So maybe this is an ending to a situation that no longer has what you need. Maybe the resources that you need. It's been depleted, or maybe it's an ending to a relationship or a job or a way of thinking. For some of you, the Ten of Swords can talk about pain and suffering, and with resilience, this is you being able to overcome this pain, this heartache, you know? And for some of you, that might mean, you know, opening up to new love, new opportunities. So yes, this could be very challenging right now. I mean, this can talk about pain, yes, a breakup, a divorce, a separation, betrayal wounds, feeling really hurt by someone. But this can also be a mental space that we're in, where we feel completely drained, tired, lots of overthinking, just mentally feeling just tapped out. Okay? So I feel for some of you, your advice here could really be, you know, of course, to take some time for rest, for healing. And I feel more or less take some time for you, okay? Some time for quiet, for stillness. And I feel like in a way, this is kind of like in an effort to help you to get back to a place where your energy is restored, where you feel kind of like that spark again, to help you to continue on, okay? I'm noticing again another little light source here, but here in this card, it kind of looks like something is broken, open, revealing the light, you know? So some of you, that could be that you are maybe going through a little bit of a dark time, a difficult situation, like I said. You might be seeing like, how am I going to get through this? This is Spirit giving you the confirmation that you are. So I feel like as your advice here, this is keeping the Magician energy here. It also says the alchemical master. The process of alchemy is transmutation of energies. So if you are someone who is, you know, feeling all of this Ten of Swords energy here, this is you transmuting this pain or this energy, mental energy here, ideas, thoughts, beliefs, or whatever they might be that are just kind of wearing you out, taking your power away in a sense. This is you kind of reclaiming your power, clearing your mind, and then being able to kind of focus your intention here. Some of you might be needing to connect with your higher self, divine. Okay. Very intention setting type of energy here. So I want to look a little bit more. We're going to get some more messages here. Let's see. What is the advice that you need for your current situation? You know, I also noticed the way that I don't know if it's, again, a panther, a jaguar, is just kind of staring. Just staring. The Chariot is also about balancing two opposing forces of energy, okay? And these could be forces of energy within you, or you finding your groundedness, your balance in whatever the situation is. The Chariot is about success, victory, overcoming, moving forward, okay? Let's see. What is the advice that you need for your current situation, pile one? Ooh, we've got thunder here. Thunder. Ooh, and I don't know if you guys can see that. We have the Sweat Lodge. And we have the upper world here. Okay, so starting off with thunder, there's a bunch of bison. that are kind of running through here. Okay. This kind of very much gives me this energy of, I don't know, kind of like a stampede, right? And actually, I have one right here that I keep on my little tarot table here with me to keep me company while I'm doing readings. I'm noticing here the sweat lodge, and we're seeing kind of a silhouette of a person who's kind of going into the lodge. And this is a lot about release, okay? She's also following the light, and she's going inside. So I look at that kind of like as a going within. There's a bird up here in the sky, which I feel like is kind of, in a way, you're something that's guiding you. I feel like Spirit is wanting you to take some time to go within at this time. The thunder energy kind of reminds me of something that's kind of rumbling, something that's changing, something that's coming in here. And then we also have the upper world here. And the upper world, I look at that as our connection to divine. Okay? Your connection to your higher self. This can be into the third eye, into the crown chakra. I want to see a little bit about what these messages say for you guys. I think I'm going to start with the upper world. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with this one here. And this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So the upper world says, angels, divine helpers, the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will become. Discover your great potentials and undreamt of possibilities. It is also the place where the spirits of the dead arrive when they complete their journey to the light. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation you need to take the great leap. Okay, that is your Fool right there. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. Okay. He looks like he's jumping right into it. Okay, so it says, ask your divine helpers for guidance. If the oracle has already spoken to you, do not ask for more guidance. Take what has been offered. Now you must deal with the lethargy and idleness. While support for a new destiny is not yet in place, a new destination is available to you if you act now. So some of you, this is specifically, because like I said at the beginning, the 8 of Cups energy is about setting out on a journey of discovering the self. Okay? You could be letting something go, moving away from something, taking some kind of leap of faith, starting down a new path, a new journey. Trust the guidance that you receive. Okay? The information that Spirit gives to us. Sometimes, there are certain things that we ask Spirit, or, especially for those of you that read tarot or get tarot readings, sometimes, because we're impatient, right? We can become impatient, and we want to know exactly word for word how something's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to, what are we going to know? How, we want to know all the answers, and that's not the way that it works. Okay? I've done plenty of readings for private reading clients, for myself included, where Spirit will kind of quickly redirect you towards something else that you need to focus on, that you're ignoring, and kind of, trying to dig deep and get all the answers. But be open to the guidance that you receive, because it's everything that you need to know right now, right in this moment. As you move along your path, more will be revealed to you. But you also, I feel like with that sweat lodge there, you also need that take that time for going within, especially if you do feel, some type of change that you're needing to make within your life here as well. Okay. Yeah, we have the Sweat Lodge, and it says this is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. For some of you, it says life is offering you a second chance. Take it, since this chance may not come your way again for a while. Mother Earth is calling you into her womb and inviting you to incubate as long as needed for a spiritual rebirth. Give yourself time to be with your darkness, your fears, your pain, and your seeds of beautiful potential until you come out the other side free, wise, and full of creativity. Okay, and then the last one that we're going to look at is the thunder here, which all of those bison. Okay, so it says legends speak of great thunder beings who live in the sky and call for your attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world. They warn when tensions in a situation are called upon to be released. Their presence in your reading reminds you of the dramatic moments in life that change everything. Both awesome and frightening, when thunder arrives, it is also a wake-up call, one that you will not soon forget. When thunder comes into your reading, it refers to a big, dramatic change that feels like a herd of wild bison on the run. You feel it right through your bones, and you know that you are powerless to influence whatever events have been set in motion. This is a time to be prepared for anything. Your life is an adventure, and wonderful opportunities are arriving now. The trick is to learn to run with them. Qualities that you'll need more than ever are flexibility, dexterity, and a willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or in what form opportunities will come. Your destiny is arriving. Be ready. Okay? Be ready. All right, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonate with the Erosion card and the Lapis Lazuli, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out what advice you need for your current situation. Okay, so like I said, all of you are going to be in very different situations, so feel free to apply the advice to whatever your situation is. If you feel like it doesn't really resonate, make sense, then I would say this is not your pile. You can choose one of the other ones or check out one of the other pick a card readings. So what advice do you need for your current situation? What advice do you need? We have the 8 of Pentacles, and it says the Patient Weaver. The Patient Weaver. I almost feel like looking at your Erosion card here, how, I feel like most of you are familiar with the way that water, the environment kind of affects, mountains and things of that nature, how it kind of creates, these striations in the earth, and how, once, of course, water level changes, or it kind of reveals something, weather changing, that. So during this erosion, I kind of feel like there's something that's being revealed here. Something that's being revealed. And this could have been something that has taken place over time. Let's see. I'm going to put these back. Because the shape of that, and it reminds me a lot of, for those of you that are familiar with Sedona, Arizona, the red rock there. Sedona was underwater many, many years ago. Many years ago. But if you kind of get a look, even at the pictures of the red rock, you can see the different levels where the water was. And then once the water was gone, it left behind all of these rocks with all of the erosion that is visible on them. So this kind of makes me feel that there's something here. I don't know. We'll see what it is. The advice you need right now. We have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords. Okay. The Knight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. What is the advice you need for your current situation? The Six of Cups. I feel like for some of you this has to do with love. Okay, this has to do with love. And the way that I'm kind of seeing this with I'm feeling pain from the past. Okay, pain, holding on to painful things from the past. And that might be from past relationships or relationship. Or even childhood, okay, for some of you. Even childhood. Because erosion is basically something that is eating away at something that's changing its shape. In this case, I feel like this might have something to do with situations that you've gone through that have, of course, made you the person that you are today. And for some of you, I feel like you have experienced a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. And the Eight of Pentacles is a card of self-mastery. And here we're seeing this spider here who has these butterflies in its web. And some of the butterflies are cocooned, you know, by her web. But also I look at this as the transformation that has taken place within those butterflies, from taking them from, you know, their little, I think, caterpillar state into becoming these beautiful butterflies. So I'm kind of seeing that in a way as this transformation that is taking place within you. Okay. Focusing on the advice that you need right now with your current situation. I'm feeling there is a need for you to be patient with your healing process. This could be working towards changing your perspective towards certain things that you may have gone through that have been very painful. Okay, in this card here, the Three of Swords, it says the bleeding raw heart. Okay, so some of you, maybe there is a breakup you're going through, or, you know, experiencing some type of loss. Okay, whether that is of a loved one or a romantic partner, a friendship, anything. And then underneath the deck, we have the Sun here. The Sun. I think I'm going to put this over here. So I do feel, you know, that Spirit is wanting you to take action towards healing at this time for some of you. This is really working through your feelings, your emotions. This could be you surrounding yourself with people who are supportive, friends, family members. In the Six of Cups card here, I'm seeing a lot of lotus flowers here. Okay, and if you know anything about lotuses, they grow as these beautiful flowers that grow through the dark water, the dark, muddy, murky water, and out they emerge something truly beautiful. Okay, so I feel like, yes, the experiences that you have gone through, or even a current situation that you're dealing with right now, maybe something that is kind of weighing heavily on you, or it could even be things that you're kind of masking here. I'm noticing this little, it says the hooded brother. And I think they look like a little bunch of, I don't know what they are, seals or rabbits or some kind of little animal here. And this one is wearing a hood. But there's some type of action here I feel like that Spirit is wanting you to take. And maybe that is towards your healing, towards focusing on your healing, to help to restore balance, happiness within your life, and to, you know, yes, this current situation or even past situations leading up to this have been something that have changed you as a person. But I feel like this is also a time for you to work towards, like I said, maybe even changing perspective with the past. And that might even be letting go, working towards letting go or healing. I feel like a lot of working on the self. Okay. And for some of you, it could even be, if you're ready, when you're ready, opening yourself up to new love. Okay. Opening yourself up to that. So I do want to pull some other oracle here. Because with the sun energy here too, this is an absolutely beautiful card. The sun being card number 19 within the major arcana, there are 22, including the Fool, which is card 0. The World card is the last one in the major arcana, which is card number 21. Judgment being number 20, the sun number 19. Now, the sun is about joy, happiness, fulfillment, abundance, but it's also a beautiful card about completion, and not just any completion, but more or less a celebratory energy. And not that, you know, what you've maybe have experienced pain-wise is something to celebrate, but more or less it's also your soul's ability to be able to overcome things that cause pain, that cause suffering, that cause heartache. Because your soul, you know, has experienced these things, but it doesn't have to be that you continue to keep yourself in that place of suffering. We can say, okay, here is this new version of myself that has been formed through my life experiences. I feel like there's also a message here about you almost kind of like revealing your authenticity, your true self. Like I said, for many of you, this can be changing your perspective. Okay? Changing your perspective with something that is painful from the past. And I feel like it's sometimes hard to do, especially if some of the things that we've gone through have been pretty wild and crazy and painful and stuff like that. It can be hard to see anything outside of that pain that one has experienced. But like I said, the sun is a truly beautiful energy of some type of accomplishment. And it is a celebratory energy because on a soul level, your soul has gone through, in a sense, these challenging or maybe painful things. But through this, your soul is also learning. And learning how to master, like, I'll say Earth School, okay? Earth School, the things, the experiences that we have here. Okay, everybody's journey is different. Some is a little more challenging and difficult than others. But I feel like certainly there is something beautiful that is emerging within you. Okay? And I feel like as you heal, as you take the time to focus on working on yourself, this new version of yourself is, yes, being shaped by your experiences, but there's also something beautiful that is being revealed here within you. And again, you can choose to focus on the pain, the suffering, the misery, life happening to you versus you emerging out of your own darkness, finding your inner light, finding healing through the process, and that being something that is truly beautiful. Okay? So what is the advice you need for your current situation? Pile number 2. We have the Serpent. We have Taming the Wind. And we also have the Curse. Okay. All right, so I think I want to look at this curse energy first. So this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. This is number 14. And this one says the curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events of our lives. It is the source of negative patterns, and it can show up as a disease, a destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it. The invitation for this says it is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life for yourself. It also says, be aware of your actions. Act with impeccable intention so as not to create a debt or karma that sooner or later someone has to pay. What you do to others, you also do to yourself and to the people you love the most. Now you have the opportunity to clean it up. So some of you might be clearing karma. Okay, and it may feel like this is so challenging, this is stressful. Okay. But again, like I said, if you're working through this is bringing about I feel like a profound amount of healing for you on a soul level. Okay, so I feel like very specific with it as it relates to healing for you. Okay, we also have the serpent here, and it says the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past away. The way that she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to, and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh perspective of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestation. It says, when you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. Okay? And then the last one we have here is Taming the Wind. So that one says, here the feather, the symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. It is time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when taming the wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. And this could be your ancestors, passed on loved ones. It also says it's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are also called to now be a good listener. Now is not the time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than be understood. Good things come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You'll be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with this fire card and the little cat's eye, Jasper, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out the advice that you need, okay, for your current situation. Like I said in the intro, I'm going to kind of leave it a little bit more open-ended unless there's something super specific that Spirit is bringing through for someone. Feel free to apply it to whatever your situation is. If it kind of feels like the advice doesn't make sense because it's not really your situation, I would suggest choosing a different pile. Okay. So let's see, pile number 3. And already with you choosing fire, I feel like this could be talking about taking some kind of action, okay? Maybe that is the advice that you need, is maybe there's action that needs to happen. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. What is the advice that pile number 3 needs for their current situation? Could also be about passion, creativity. I'm seeing the 6 of Swords. And then we also have the karmic release. Okay, the karmic release. And then we have the 2 of Swords. It says the blind seal. This one says the sacred karmic deer. And the brand new journey. And this bird here looks like it's trying to get its nest to safety. There's a bunch of tornadoes and storms happening in the sky, touching down even into the ocean here. So it kind of looks like that bird is trying to travel to safety. Maybe this is some type of decision that you're having to make here, releasing something. I don't know. Let's see, what else? What is the advice you need for your current situation, pile 3? We have the Emperor, the ruling father. What is the advice? We have the Ace of Wands. What is the advice? We have the World. And we have the Moon. Interesting. Wow. I'm seeing the Empress at the bottom, and the Emperor is here. What is this talking about? Is this a... Okay, some of you, I kind of feel like this might have to do with a relationship, or it could even be mother and father. Mother and father here. And it feels like with this karmic release being here, this let's give you a closer look at this. I don't think you guys can see this, but this deer has a tear coming out of its eye, rolling out of the back of its eye. So this is a lot of release of energy here. And out of its mouth is tons of butterflies. So what is the fire here? I almost feel like you are, pile 3, you are releasing a lot of karmic energy or cycles right now. Some of you, this might have to do with generational, okay, karma involving parents or even a partner. Okay, it might even be family members or even somebody that you might have children with. I mean, you do have fire here and you have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is divine inspiration. It's kind of like a spark of passion, of creativity, or something that is being sparked within you. It almost makes me feel like some of you might literally be going through a purging, a clearing. I feel like intuitively your soul is saying we need to clear. We have to end this cycle, because the Six of Swords here is about transitioning away from chaotic energy or a person, a situation, into more calming, peaceful energy. This makes me feel like those of you that chose this pile have been through a lot karmically. And you might kind of feel like this kind of happens over and over and over again, almost like you've been stuck in this cycle that has been, and I feel because this bird is here with the baby inside that we can see, there's some type of healing here, deep healing, that's going back generations karmically. And like I said, this could involve a mother wound, a father wound, or even both. But with the world being here, this is a completion. This is a completion here. Some of you, your advice could be that there's a need for you to go within the self, because the Two of Swords can be sometimes when there's something that we're not seeing and we need to focus inwards into the subconscious. Some of you might have suppressed feelings and emotions that have to be released here. And the way that this deer has it coming out of its mouth as butterflies, to me, that's transmutation. That's transformation of all, because if you imagine that you are this deer, okay, and you are holding on to all of that energy within you, and it looks painful because that deer is crying, releasing emotions, feelings, but also being transmuting. I'm seeing that also as the element of air, because the butterflies are, to me, air energy. Maybe for some of you, there's a need for communication or voicing, writing. Some of you might have a story to tell, or needing to seek maybe even outside help if you feel like you need it, okay? This looks like there's a lot to process here. I feel like for many of you, like I said, you could be going through a really difficult time. Some of you, there could be a romantic partner, a father, a husband even involved. Some of you could even be dealing with pregnancies. And I'm noticing here that this little bird is taking its nest away with 2 eggs in it to safety, away from the storm, away from the chaos. Okay? So I almost feel like the divine in some way is kind of helping you with some type of purging here, some type of clearing or a need for release. So some of you might feel like there's a lot coming up for you, or almost this feeling of everything that's happening at once. Like everything feels like it's going wrong. Everything feels chaotic right now. Everything feels like it's falling apart. Okay? And although that can feel kind of crazy, I feel like if you might be feeling a little bit confused, like what am I supposed to do? What is all this happening? I mean, some of you might literally be dealing with weather, tornadoes. I know here in Texas we had tornado watch last week and flood warnings and all kinds of stuff. But I know those of you that are, you know, in the US or even other parts of the world, you could be dealing with weather issues there too. But, you know, if you are, of course, in that situation, natural disasters and stuff like this, you know, this bird is protecting its nest. It's moving to safety. So, of course, with that in mind, maybe this is inspiring some type of change for you personally. Like if you're feeling like, okay, I don't want to live where those tornadoes anymore. I don't want to live where all this stuff is happening. Maybe that means some type of transition or type of move for you. Maybe this is a cue for you to get out of the place that you're living at and moving yourself towards a place that doesn't have that kind of stuff, especially if it makes you stressed out and worried and stuff like that. Okay, that would be you caring for the self. And this is a divine inspiration to get you to change or transform or move, even for some of you, in a different place of the world. Okay, different location. Now, for others of you, like I said, this has more to do with your advice here, which it is healing. Okay, I feel like some of you could be having a lot of suppressed or even repressed feelings and emotions that need to be illuminated at this time. Yeah, some of these that have been illuminated here. I'm seeing your card here, the Two of Swords, says the blind seal. The blind seal. So it means something that you're not seeing. There's something you're not seeing. Maybe about something that has to be released here. So what is this fire here? I feel like I want to look at that. What is this fire here for pile number 3, Spirit? The Hierophant and the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about standing your ground, not backing down, persevering, facing challenges, facing adversity head on. And this Hierophant, I'm seeing there's a bunch of keys here that are hanging right in front of him. Okay, this is going to be a very specific message for somebody. Okay, it's not for all of you, but this is a very specific message for a person who's either married or who is separated, who's separated from a husband, a father of their children, okay? A father of their children. Very specifically, this might only be for one of you, but there's somebody here watching, hoping they find this message, okay? I'm hoping you find this message if this is you. You might have children with somebody, okay? I do feel like there's a lot of karmic energy surrounding this person or this relationship for you. This connection could be something that's bringing in a lot of chaotic energy into your life, and it could be something that's very confusing for you. You could be unsure about whether or not this is something that you should continue with. Okay. And I'm feeling there's a need for protecting children, protecting the little ones. And this could very well be about you removing yourself from a situation. Okay, some of you might have 2 children. I'm seeing 2 little eggs in the basket, in the nest, not the basket, the nest. Okay, some of you might be stuck in a karmic relationship, one that is filled with chaos. And there could be a lot of fear about leaving, a lot of anxiety about it. But I feel like Spirit is presenting you with other opportunities for you to bring yourself and family to safety and to moving away from chaotic energy. What do I feel with this? This is like, there's a lot of mother energy coming through. I almost feel like a lot of generational trauma, okay? A lot of generational trauma. And almost like, especially for those of you where both parents, I'm feeling for some of you, you may have suffered a lot, okay, through both parents, because I'm seeing also 2 tornadoes here. 2 tornadoes. Some of you, this could be mom and dad. Mom and dad. I feel like going through this for you has been very painful, okay? But like I said, I'm feeling there's a lot of energy that needs to be transmuted here, and it could be a painful process too of revisiting a lot of repressed feelings and emotions, and I would suggest getting professional help to do so, because sometimes when we try to do that on our own, especially if it's pretty intense, you want to have the help that you need. Okay? But what I'm also getting from this too is almost a way of Spirit kind of giving you a confirmation for those of you that have had some type of difficulty, whether that's with a romantic partner, a husband currently, a wife, a partner, a family situation. I almost feel like Spirit's giving you confirmation here that I don't want to say like the worst is over, but it's almost like for you to see I feel like a lot of the resilience here within you, a lot of the resilience, the things that you've been able to overcome. And this situation, whatever it might be, has been something that may have changed a lot of your beliefs about love, relationships, family, your relationships with your parents, your children, everyone that you might have in your life. And I feel like it's important for you to look at the beliefs that you currently hold, and if any of those beliefs that you've had that have been caused by certain situations that you've had in life, are those still beliefs that serve your highest good? Because this to me is a powerful release here of a lot of stuff that you may have gone through. And at this time, I also feel like with the Empress as your overall energy, your advice here is to nurture yourself. Okay? Especially if you're someone who felt like you didn't receive that love, that nurturing, that care, that protection, that stability, that solid foundation that you needed as a child or from a partner. This is a time for you to give that to yourself. Okay? Give that to yourself right now. Some of you do have mother and father wounds to heal here. Okay? Or, like I said, a past spouse. Like I said, some of this has to do with a karmic partner. Parents. We have the star at the bottom. The cosmic guide. The star is healing. The star is renewal, restoration, rebirth. Okay? Some of you may be in denial about or just choosing not to face certain suppressed or repressed feelings and emotions of things that you do need to release. Okay? I'm feeling also, because we have the Empress and the Emperor there, this is masculine and feminine. So this might even be about you healing both of your energies here. Okay? The Two of Swords is a need for us to go within and listen to the intuition. Your intuition could be really calling you to heal, to release. And sometimes we ignore that. Sometimes we might miss those cues where Spirit is telling us, please take some time for yourself. Take some time to heal. Take some time to kind of give back to yourself. Okay? So let's see. What is the advice you need for your current situation? Okay? And if you are, in a toxic relationship or a toxic dynamic, family, whatever it might be, this is you trying to move yourself away, okay, from people who are actively creating chaos in your life. Okay. Or if you are the person who, because of your own past traumas, are causing chaos in a way in your own life or even in the lives of others. We have to kind of look at it from both sides, right? Let's see. What is the advice you need for your current situation? We have the Owl. The Ghost Dance. Oops. Advice you need for your current situation. The Circle. Okay. So let's see. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. We're going to look at, I think we're going to look at the Circle first. That's the one I'm feeling drawn to. The Circle. Okay, so this one says unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The Circle reminds us we are all one. Dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life, and look at that, how we're seeing this with the fish going around. Cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing and always connected, human spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. When the Circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to Spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the Circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. When the Circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go. The importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you are faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and Spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. Okay? And then we have the Ghost Dance, which is number 22. It says, the Ghost Dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. And I feel, like I said, looking at that sacred karmic deer, there is a lot to be released here. And this may be your past lives. This can be, like I said, for some of you, generational, ancestral. Okay. It says the ancestors have a message of healing and powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage of life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. That makes me think of an idea. I'm going to write it down really quick before I forget. I want to look at what gifts your ancestors are giving to you. I'm just going to put ancestor gifts really quick. Ancestor gifts. Okay. That'll be maybe tomorrow's pick a card. Okay. What else? It says, if you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. Being wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore. So for those of you where you do feel that, and like I said in the beginning, some of you, this could be a karmic relationship, a marriage, a long-term relationship, maybe even somebody that you've had children with. There's a need for release here, a need for releasing this person, okay? So I'm going to repeat that again, this last part of this. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved and or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore, meaning that connection, okay, and sometimes, unfortunately, that means family, okay? Sometimes there are certain family members that we have to keep at a distance, cut out of our life, okay? Set boundaries with for reasons, okay? There's no learning for you there anymore. Meaning Spirit's saying, don't go back to it. Don't revisit. You're moving away from it for a reason. Okay? Instead of heading straight for the chaos, right for the negativity, the, whatever it is that's going on there, this is you moving away from it. Okay? And then we have the last one here, the owl. As your last candle goes out. Owl is the master of the night. She can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it's dark, and is able to discern truth when others are sightless. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkest moments of your life, and to embrace the night as your ally. Owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors and you may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. Look around you, notice every detail, and find the hidden messages brought to you by Owl. Do not shoot the messenger, that includes me. Be grateful to the friend who shows you what you have not wanted until you see it now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember that the facets you dislike are often mirrors of the parts of you that you do not want to recognize. Do not be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. Owl guards against self-deception and insists that your motives be pure and transparent to all. What is the message that you are not hearing? The situation you are not seeing with clarity, right? And like I said, the Two of Swords, some of you can be in denial about something, okay? Owl invites you to wait patiently. Bide your time until it is right to act. Then do so decisively with no hesitation or remorse, okay? So some of you, yes, sometimes if you feel like, oh my goodness, I have a past life connection with this person. I need to be with them. I need to stay with them. And all it's bringing is chaos, pain, heartache. Yes, this is Spirit confirming here that these past life connections might resurface in our life, but there's no more lessons for us here. There's nothing here for us anymore. This is where you release so that you get yourself out of that cycle. And some of you, like I said, this has to do with mom and dad, or a certain partner, you know, karmic, that you have. This is time to release. This is time to heal. This is time to, you know, no longer ignore even the self, the need for nurturing the self. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you. Pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.